The sun in Taurus really keeps you on your throne, and it really solidifies who you are. It keeps you also when it comes to your crown. Everything about you at your root chakra is not moved, and everything about you at your root chakra is worthy. Because quality is a big deal when it comes to Tauruses, but also being patient about where they find their treasures is important when it comes to a Taurus. Being able to turn your dark times into money, being able to transmute energy, and being able to take your pain to the bank is something that you can use as a Taurus quality, because this is something that they do very well. They're very good at bargaining when it comes to life, but they're also really good at their bounce back game. And so the thing is with Tauruses though, if they're safe enough, they never even have to bounce back. And that goes back to why they move slow. And this also goes back to why it can look like they're stingy or stubborn. But like I say, their security is a big deal for them. And this is why it can make them look materialistic, but they like to be surrounded by beautiful things because of the war that they've had to fight and because of the trauma and the dark places that Tauruses have had to come out of. A lot of times we see the Taurus on their throne and in their glory, so we don't think about what they went through. And so a lot of times Tauruses and their behavior is a certain way, and they do have a certain flair about them, but they're not going back to that pain, and they're not going back to their brokenness, or they're not going back to those insecure spots in their life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So it's not that they're doing things intentionally, which they can sometimes, but it's because of their experience and their wisdom lets them know where their value is, and it makes them not move unless it's time for them to move. It makes them not eat until it's time for them to eat, until they say it's time to eat. And also that goes back to that quality and everything that they like. And this is why they get to say what's cooking, because Taurus is also the chef of the zodiac. They have a lot to do with the gourmet of everything that you do and the more expensive end of everything that you get. The Sun, Mercury, and Uranus all being in Taurus for the next month or so is going to be very interesting, and this can be very innovative, and can be a hustler energy for a lot of people, and this can also be a very safe place for a lot of people. But a lot of unpredictable things can take place, and this goes back to your bounce back game and your coping skills about how things could play out, because in the shadows of this Taurus season is wherever you have not completely healed in a situation, those things can creep up on you and take you off of your throne. So you want to pay attention to how thorough you have been when it comes to repairing